Oh, projectors. So we did a Wimius, how do you say it? Wimius, I believe it is. Projector, it was just before Christmas. We have it set up in the bedroom for me to, whatever, I play my Steam Deck on it or watch some TV. It doesn't matter. It does 720p, but it's nice and small. Fits in my windowsill, so it puts out on the big wall so I can have a big screen. But the folks over at Wimius said, would I like to try out their new P64, which does 1080p. So this is the Wimius Home Projector P64. Comes in at about $360. This is suggested retail. So what we'll do real quick is just take a look at some of the specs that comes with this projector. I have the projector box down here. We'll take a look at it. We'll unbox it, see what comes with it. And then of course, I'm gonna replace my old projector with this one to see how it works. Okay, so this is it. This is the Wimius projector here. It's the Wimius 223 newest autofocus and auto 6D keystone correction. Two things here. I know the other one had keystone correction, I believe it did, which I love. So that means if it's on an angle, you're shooting it up on an angle, it can actually make sure everything's kind of straight, which is awesome. But it didn't have autofocus. This one does, and autofocus I think is going to be so nice to have, because if it adjusts or you move it from one room to another or you take it somewhere, who wants to have to just go through and reset all that up? Also, native 1080p and 4K support. So just realize when they talk about native 4K and 1080, it's the input. So you can bring in a 4K signal. It's still going to only display at 1080, but you don't have to change anything on the output system. It'll take that signal in and just reconvert it to 1080. Low latency, ultra fast Wi-Fi 6 and two-way Bluetooth 5.2. Which is also cool. The P64 projector uses industry-leading Wi-Fi 6 technology. The transmission is faster and more stable. Enjoy a smooth viewing and gaming experience, especially when you play on Xbox, Switch, PS5, and more. The Bluetooth projector supports two-way transmissions, which can be connected to mobile devices and used as a Bluetooth speaker. I don't know how well the Bluetooth speaker is, but cool. Touchscreen and 300-inch. The home projector adopts an elegant, smart touchscreen design, allowing you to adjust them with confidence even in dark environments. With the zoom function, the image size can be reduced to 100 to 50% without having to move the projector. 40 inches to 300 inches. Screen also gives you the freedom to customize your screen size. I'm curious what it's talked about with this touchscreen. Maybe there's a display on it somewhere that's touchscreen. That's my guess. It's not as if you're going to walk up to the screen and touch it, right? Fully sealed engine and multi-device control. P64 is designed based on a fully sealed optical core, which is not easy to enter dust. Well, that's good. Equipped with 2 HDMI ports, 2 USB ports, an AV port, audio ports. You can easily connect phone, PC, TV, stick, switch, etc., etc. Yeah, no, that's really cool. So it does say touchscreen. I'm very curious. Does it show the back of this anywhere? I don't think it does. I am very, very curious as to how this will work and what this touchscreen means. Anyways, here it is. This is the box right there. Video projector, Wimius video projector. You guys can see it. What does it say? You guys maybe can see the top? Autofocus, auto keystone, native 1080p, Wi-Fi 6. Very cool. I'm just kind of, the top camera doesn't go far enough for you guys, but you can read all this if you want to. Maybe you want to. I don't know. Maybe that's the thing. I'll give you the option. All right, let's see what's in this, shall we? First off, what is this? Oh, it's like a question and answer. So if you're like, it doesn't do X, then this is good to have because maybe that question's in there and they answer it for you. A lot of foam padding. That's excellent. Is this just somehow something's happening? Okay, I'm putting that down there before I break something. That's on there tight for sure. So it's definitely larger than the other one. Not like crazy large, but larger for sure. Oh, I like that. I'm not seeing a screen necessarily, but if you look at the top, you do have this. Maybe that's what they're meaning. Maybe that's a screen and you can touch that. On the back, that's going to be your power outlet. There's your 2 USB ports. There is your HDMI ports, your AV out, headphone out, which you could also go out to speakers, and infrared. Some cooling vents along the back. And on the side, there is the projector with the cover. Again, there's your, I guess, infrared port. more cooling. What I also like about this is that this one has, it's like a little stand. My other one didn't have that, not that I saw. So depending on how much you need, you can actually have that lifted up. Well, that's cool. And what's over here? Is this anything? I like to open stuff that look like it can be opened. I don't know if that's supposed to be opened, so I won't. All right, that's nice. I like that. Anything else you and I get? I'll put it this way so you guys can kind of half see it. So you get a cleaning cloth. Very cool. I guess there's more cleaning-y tool stuff. It's a little swab and screwdriver. A large manual. Like it's a nice manual. I'll give it that. That's a nice manual for sure. There's your power cable. This is if you're going to composite? I can't remember. But that's going to go to your AV, to your traditional, red, white, and yellow. They do give you a full HDMI to HDMI. Now, my guess is because it's 1080, it's not like a 2.0 cable or anything. It's just probably like a 1.4, if that makes any sense. And you get the normal remote. This is the remote that you and I see with just about everything that's out there nowadays. All right, that's it. That's cool. I'm going to set this up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for it to get a little darker so that we can see what this is like in my environment. All right, so I've actually hooked up the Wimius projector in my bedroom, and first off, we hooked it up during the day just to kind of see in mid-afternoon what the footage looked like, what video looked like, how bright this was, because some of us may want a projector to use as maybe a TV replacement. I do think a projector still, unless you probably get a really, really high-end one, will be designed more for night usage, or a room that's really designed as a theater room so that you can have it nice and dark. So here's kind of mid-afternoon footage from the Wimius projector. All right, guys, so we have got this plugged in just to a TV box. I turned it on already. I'm hoping it'll do it again. I'm just going to turn it on again here. And it seems to have focused already because it remembered, but it does go through an autofocus where it brings up a grid on the screen, and I'm sure it looks at the grid just to verify that what it sees is in focus. There it is, there's the grid. So it's not going to move much now because of course it is in focus. There it goes, pulsing. Hits focus, and we're good. How awesome is that? You do have the ability to do AirPlay, of course, Miracast. We can go down here. We'll go into HDMI. Actually, the speakers in it aren't too bad. A little surprising, actually. And this is actually in my bedroom, middle of the afternoon, so it's not dark in here, but it's also not super, super bright. I think it's actually pretty good with the amount of light that is in this room. I'm a little surprised. Let's see what it's like when we actually play something. Go to YouTube. Yeah, that's the volume's actually considerably better than I expected it to be, and we'll see if we can find one of my videos. We'll actually just put up this video right now. All right, guys, so Lucy and I have been out testing the GoPro Hero 9 and GoPro Hero 11. I actually bought both of them during Christmas of 2023. There was a lot of Black Friday sales on from November through to the end of the year. So I bought both, trying to figure out which one I actually wanted to keep. Let's just bring this up a bit further so we can get to some outdoor shots. And this is shooting in, well, 4K that looks pretty good. Actual Hero 9, and it's shooting in 5.3K on the Hero 11 because you can't. So I'm curious. Okay, I'm gonna have to say first, that's actually pretty awesome. And go into something a little more outdoorsy, just to see. I love how big this screen is. I thought the other one was good. This one's just so much better. Okay, I'm going to stop this right now because I think so far I'm super impressed. But we are looking at this in the middle of the day. We're going to come back and take a look at this when it gets dark out. Secondly, we of course played with it at nighttime. This footage coming up is when it's completely dark outside. The room is completely dark. You guys can now see what it looks like during complete darkness. Did I say darkness enough? Darkness. So for those that have an Insta360 camera, not the Ace Pro, one of the features that you and I were missing was this feature called AI Warp, I believe it was called. Yeah, AI Warp. But now, as you can see here, in an update that came out yesterday, at least for iOS, I do think this is definitely watchable during the day, for sure. It's watchable. Is it as good as like a large screen TV? No, it's not going to have that backlight brightness that you would get, but it's definitely doable. Now at nighttime, this thing is pretty awesome. You can see here how large it is just in my room. This comes out, my guess would be, just by visually looking at it, probably about 120, 130 inches across, somewhere in that ballpark. This thing can go about twice as big as that. So there's me standing in front of it. It's pretty awesome. Now, when you get this size, 1080p versus 720p is pretty important because you would start to see resolution degradation if you are going to be projecting at this size or bigger, for sure. So I think that 1080 out of this projector versus the 720 from the previous projector that we did is a really, really big upgrade. Now, I think what we may do with this projector is actually use it outdoors. We may actually set it up so that we can do an outside theater night, because it is really easy to move. As you could see from my video, this is powered. I just had it powered from a battery bank, a fairly large one, of course, but that was powering it. Plus it was powering my TV box. So that would have no issues running for the length of a couple movies. You can plug in external sound to this, of course, but if you're using it in a closed room or anything like that, the speakers that are in this little projector, way better than I expected. And for me, I was sitting just below it on my bed. That would probably be all the speaker that I would need. I could watch movies, YouTube, I could play video games on it, and it would be just fine. Anyways, I think this is a really great upgrade from the previous Wimius projector that we did. I'll put links to that somewhere up here. Maybe they popped up already. It's a good investment. I like this projector for sure. Links down below if you guys are interested. I'm gonna reach out to them to see if I can get some kind of discount code for you. So look down there. If I can find one, it'll be there. All right, guys, we'll see you guys next video. Later.